I'm Tim, and this week on Project 431, I get blown around by the wind. Whee! Discover the perils of a skinny tripod, and imitate a cartoon character from the best animated film of all time.
Here, snipey, snipey, snipe.
It's now less than a week until my first race, the Isle of Skye 10k, so I've been reducing my volume this week. That's what everyone's told me I'm supposed to do. I haven't really got a clue.
I'm starting my, what do they call it? I remembered what it's called. It's called a taper in the bits. I was like to lower my mileage a bit for the next week and a half, because there's race day.
It's around a 10 to 15% reduction on what I did the week before, so around 25k this week, and 3 hours and 10 minutes roughly on feet. So Tuesday, my long run day. I went out and did roughly 8.6k.
Good morning. We're here again. Another grim wet day. Who would have thought that would come today? The difference today is the wind. Wow. We're looking at 40 mile an hour gusts. I've already been blown off the road once. Glad I'm not cycling or riding a motorbike or anything. But yeah, it's making for a fun morning. However, I feel a bit better than I felt last week, so that's a plus. I'm managing to smile, and my legs feel good. I didn't really want to come out this morning, to be honest. I thought this morning that it was all going to be more of the same, more grim, just slogging through it. But actually, now I'm here, I feel quite invigorated. So that's quite nice, that's quite a joy. Okay, I'm going to crack on with this. I don't know how far we're going to get in this wind, we'll see. I'll see you in a bit.
And when I heard the wind in the morning, I wasn't looking forward to it, especially after last week as well. Last week it was a bit of a confidence sapping week for me, and then I saw the weather and I was like, oh, here we go again. But I tell you what, I had a blast. It was a really fun run to be going out on. The wind was invigorating, made it feel like an adventure. And if we can make it feel like an adventure, then we're doing okay, aren't we? Because that means I'm having fun. Even if adventures are grim and horrible, they are fun. That's why they're adventures. On Thursday, I was really excited to get out there, especially after how much fun I'd had on Tuesday.
Oh, good morning. It's it's not raining. It's just grey, it's windy, and I'll be honest, it's pretty bloody cold actually. I was hoping today that I could get away without a coat, but I looked at the sky, I felt the cutting wind, and I decided that a coat was the sensible option today again. So I'm starting my what do they call it? I was like to lower my mileage a bit for the next week and a half, because there's race day. I don't want my legs to feel good for it, because to be honest, at the moment my legs are starting to feel pretty cooked. My whole body is starting to feel pretty cooked. I feel like I've done a lot of build. I've got more miles in, or more kilometres. It's all a measure of distance, isn't it? I've got more distance in my legs every week. I feel fitter, I feel stronger. But I'm also starting to feel a bit tired. So I think I could do with the break. Especially just as we've got in theory at this point, after today, 4 runs till race day. Oh shit, 4 runs. Wow. I didn't realise it was quite that close. Huh.
I went and did 6 point something, 6.1, 6.2k. It doesn't really matter at this point. And I was super stoked for it to start with. But I got halfway through and I felt dead. My legs were heavy and felt like jelly. I couldn't work out what was going on. I couldn't work out why I felt rough. I'd eaten before, so it wasn't that I was just low on energy. I just was struggling. And I had a bit of another, obviously, because this seems to be my theme here. I go from the highs to the lows. But I had another one of these crises of confidence going on as I was out there just finishing up the run.
That's not supposed to happen.
And I got back and I slogged through it and I managed to get back and I was feeling a bit dejected until I checked my Strava stats. And then I realised that I'd gone way, way faster than I planned to. I was going for the entire run at an average of close to 7 minutes per kilometre, which is super fast for me, especially over an extended run like that, over 6k or whatever. So that's why I felt drained. That's why I felt like my soul was trying to leave my body, is I'd gone out too quick. I hadn't paced myself properly. And I need to be careful here. I need to learn how to pace myself properly. But it was a beautiful morning on Thursday, and that is part of the reason I think I was running so fast. The cloud was bursting through, the cloud was bursting through the sun. Wow, what kind of backwards world are we living in? The sun was bursting through the clouds. It was gorgeous, properly beautiful, and I was really enjoying it for a while until I felt rough.
So I'm not wearing the right shoes for this trail right now. This bit's pretty flat but muddy. I'm wearing my slick road shoes. In a moment, I'm going to hit quite a relatively steep downhill, and that's been I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm focusing on my feet too much, which is probably a good thing. So I'm calling it.
Thankfully, made it down the muddy slope without incident and finished up my run. All was good. Saturday, again, just a nice easy run. 5k.
Good morning. It's, what day is it? Saturday. It's a day. I know it's Saturday this morning. I've got, oh look at these nice pigeons. I don't know if you saw them, but that was quite nice. They were having a little flirt while flying, making the most of a day without wearing a coat. Result. Where was I? So it's, Saturday morning. I'm now, 3 runs until race day, which is quite exciting, quite nerve-wracking all at the same time.
Was supposed to be really gentle, but you might be predicting a theme here. And I found it quite hard to start with, and that's because I was going too fast. Now, I'm not sure whether this me keep getting overexcited and getting out a bit faster is because I'm getting fitter, or because my nerves and my muscles and my skeletal system is adapting still to running and getting better each time. I think that's probably got a lot to do with it, because I'm not going from a base of someone whose legs were working properly and haven't been working properly for the last 14 years. I'm going from a base here of someone who smashed their spine, had serious nerve damage, was paralysed for close to 2 years, had to learn to walk again, and I thought I'd peaked. I thought I'd walked, I was moving, it was fine. I thought I'd hit a peak, and I didn't think there was any more recovery to come. I thought the damage that was there was just damage. Even the nerves and the muscles, I thought that was just that. But this experience so far as part of this project has made me start to question that. When I first started running, then when I tried to sprint or move quickly for me. I felt super unsteady. I felt like I was going to fall over at any moment. It was a desperate battle against gravity to just stay upright. But that's not how going fast feels now. It feels more comfortable. I feel more balanced. I feel stronger while doing it. I think my nerves and my muscles are adapting to running in a way that I didn't think was going to happen, in a way that I didn't really think was possible. And that's super exciting. It's super exciting for me to see that if I keep pushing myself like this, that I am still improving. I'm still recovering. 14 years on from my spinal injury, I'm still recovering. And that's amazing. The human body is amazing. And rounding Saturday off, I saw not only a couple of, turns out they were collared doves, not pigeons, embarrassing. I also saw and heard a snipe.
I don't know if you could see or hear that. That was a snipe, which is very exciting. And yes, I had to stop on my run to film a snipe and enjoy it, but if you can't really stop and smell the roses every now and again, what's the point, eh? But no, that was beautiful. Oh, what a wonderful morning. No coat and a snipe. And in the words of Russell from Up, here, snipey, snipey, snipe.
And that was super exciting. So it was, all in all, a nice run. Once I'd slowed it down and I got to hang out with some animals for a bit, I had a great time. And then Sunday, I rounded the week off with a properly easy, gentle run. Instead of worrying about pacing, I only looked at my heart rate on my watch, and I tried to keep it below a very arbitrary 150 BPM. I don't know what that means. I don't really understand heart rate zones. I know there's some things you can do on your watch. I don't wear my watch all the time. I only wear it when I'm exercising. So I don't know whether that confuses things. I actually don't know much, in case you hadn't noticed. But I thought 150 BPM, that feels like pretty good. I couldn't feel my heart beating like that hard. So I figured that was probably pretty good. So I kept it at that pace, or at that heart rate, and just jogged and just had a really lovely time. Up and down a couple of hills. It was great. I really enjoyed keeping it slow.
So that's me, just finishing up my penultimate week's training. And it's just been a nice easy 5k today. Nothing difficult. Keeping it slow, keeping it easy. And I'm getting excited. Nervous. Excited. Next week's race week. It feels like it's been a long time coming. And I've put in a lot of hard work. And now we get to see if it was all worth it.